Barcelona 3, Atletico Madrid 0. We did get the job done today. We got the win. We were so close, but in the end, unfortunately, we came up short, guys. Atletico Madrid ended up winning the game on aggregate by 4 goals to 3. But you know what, guys? I'm not angry. I'm not even disappointed. I'm just a little heartbroken because the players today, they gave it their all today. They really did. They really went out there. They gave it everything. They absolutely put blood, sweat, and tears. And honestly, the fact that at the end of this game, right, in the last few minutes, we were so close to actually making it 4-4 on aggregate. Fair play to the players, right? Fair play to the players. But listen, guys, big up to every single one of you guys. What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Omar Talks Football. And yes, this is the match of the action of the Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid second leg Copa del Rey game. And yeah, like I mentioned, we did get the job done today. 3-0 goals by Marc Bernal with the brace and Raphinha from the spot. And unfortunately, like I mentioned, the consequences of the battering that we suffered in the first leg ended up biting us in the end. But I'm not angry. I am just heartbroken. It was a great performance today, right? From minute one, right? They believed. And you know what, right? Obviously, you know, we talk about like remontadas and all these stuff. And obviously, listen, did I believe that we could get it done? Of course. Right, at the end of the day, I've seen Barcelona come from a 4-0 deficit to win a game, right? So, you know, it wasn't out of the realms of possibility, right? So at the end of the day, I was like, listen, what I wanted to see today was a team today that were playing like a team that had nothing to lose. And you know what we did? Today we did. From minute one today, we went forward. And listen, before I get into the highlights of the game, guys, this was the lineup that Flick went with. Now, I actually had no problems with this lineup at all until I saw who we had in the 9. And you know what? I will talk about this guy, right? But I'm sorry. This lineup was all good except for that one position. Obviously, you had Garcia in goal. He played Kobashi and Martin as the centre-back partnership today. Played Koundé alongside Cancelo. Koundé ended up coming off early for Balde, who ended up coming off early as well, thanks to injury. But you got Bernal and Pedri in the midfield, with Fermin Lopez in the 10, Raphinha on the left, Yamal on the right, and Ferran Torres in the middle. And look, from minute one, we went forward. We were playing with some aggressivity. Right, first 2 minutes, right, Fermin Lopez already made the goalkeeper work. We were having corners today, corner galore. Today we had about, I think, 14 or 15 corners by the end of that game, right? It was a back-to-the-wall job today for Atletico Madrid. And we were absolutely cooking today. And you know what? Today, the key players today turned up. Players like Pedri, like Yamal, like Raphinha. All of these guys today played. The only player today that was holding back that attack was the man that was wearing the number 7. I'm sorry today. If there is one thing I'm going to look at Flick today, number 1 is starting Ferran Torres when we have seen now games, not just one, but game after game after game, where it looks like we're playing with 10 men because this guy is barely doing anything. He can control the ball. He can move. He can do anything. When he gets in the box, he's getting bulldozed. He's positionally not in the right positions. Like, I'm sorry. I don't like doing this thing where I'm coming out here and just keep criticizing and yelling at Ferran. But this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is exactly who Ferran Torres is when the purple patch is gone. I keep telling people he's a purple patch merchant. When his purple patch is gone, he's genuinely one of the worst players in a Barca shirt. And today, I hope anyone who watched that game will see what I was saying. When Ferran Torres' purple patch is gone, this is who he is. This is who he is. But look, at the end of the day, we played with a lot of vigor. And, you know, Atletico Madrid, obviously, we knew how they were going to set up. We knew how Simeone was going to set up. He was going to put their backs to the wall, right? Completely, you know, 11 men in the back, right? And to be fair, right, we we were doing quite a good job, right, trying to break them down. The only issue where we had were we were trying to lob it into the box, and like I mentioned, Ferran Torres, he wasn't getting to the ball, and when he was near the ball, he was getting bulldozed easily off the ball, right? Today, I felt like apart from that first chance that Firmino had, where he took the shot, he was really stifled. Today, I feel like Atletico Madrid, they did a good job in like closing the middle lanes, right? To make sure that we don't like, put the ball in the middle and maybe find Firmino a lot to maybe take shots from outside the box, right? We were trying, a lot of the times we were going to the wings, right? The fullbacks today were moving, and obviously, speaking of the fullbacks today, we had an early injury with Jules Koundé, right? It looked really bad. I don't know if he's serious, but it looked bad when he went down. He took his he was taking down put his socks down already. So I already knew his game was over. He came off. Alejandro Balde came on. Changes were made. You had Cancelo, who was starting today at left back. He moved to the right back, and we had Balde over there. And to be fair, today, right, like I mentioned, Cancelo today, he was doing what I always say, man. Like, this is the one thing I was talking about when we brought Cancelo to this club, right, in January. I was saying, one thing I will say is when we're playing like that attacking, when we're playing like the high line and we're playing intensive attacking football, it works for Cancelo, because Cancelo can move, he can assist, he can work with Yamal or Raphinha, right? And you saw it today. The amount of times today, Yamal today, every time he was being under pressure, he was being two-man, you had Cancelo right there to be the option, to be that option, right? And he was doing his job. But in the end, we did get a goal, right? We got the goal, and it was actually, it was from a corner, short corner given to Yamal. Yamal absolutely did well to go past the defender, puts a low cross into the box, and Bernal in the middle puts it at the back of the net. Hope we score early. We score a goal. It took we were hoping for an early goal, but listen, we got the goal in the half an hour, in the 30th minute, right? And we played well, right? I like the fact that the moment we scored, the stadium just went nuts. It went nuts, right? Everybody was going for it. Everyone was gassed, right? We will be the fans today, right? Shout out to the fans today. They really gave the atmosphere today, right? Especially when we were scoring today, right? We gave it our all. And today, I cannot complain for that, for the fans' reaction, right? For the fans supporting today, because they did, right? And Bernal got the goal in the end, right? We were kept on pressuring, and in the end, we got a penalty, right? And you know what's funny, right? Pedri was the one that was taken down, but this is probably the only good thing that Ferran Torres did the whole game, because he actually kick played the penalty, basically what initiated the foul, right? Because it was a 1-2 trying to find Pedri, right? Because Pedri passed it to Ferran tried to pass the 1-2, Pedri was going for the ball, and then he ended up getting taken down in the box. Penalty given, and thank God, right? Shout outs to Lamine Yamal and Raphinha this time around. They did the right thing, gave the ball to Raphinha. Raphinha slots it home, 2-0 right before halftime, and all of a sudden now, the belief is there. Now we're 2 goals away from actually bringing this game back, right? And we went for it. Second half, I feel like when you look at Atletico, they didn't really create as much chances in the second half as I thought they would. Because I will be honest, I think most of the best chances that they created actually was in the first half. I think Griezmann had a great shot that Jean Garcia saved. I think Lookman had a great opportunity, right? Great header, nearly scored. But really, that was like the best chances of that game. Second half, they had the ball a lot more. They were in our box a lot more, but really, they didn't really do anything with it. And we kept on going forward. We kept on trying. We kept on pressing. Lamine Yamal was absolutely relentless today. Him and Pedri. Dude, this guy I don't think even lost the ball once in the game. Not once in the game. He was absolutely cooking today, right? And him today, right? The passing he was making today is what we needed. And Yamal today, I like the bravery. This is the kind of Yamal that I like, right? The Yamal that is not afraid to go at his man, bro. You know what I mean, right? In a game like this where every time he went on his man, with Rogeri, right? Every time he went at him, he was kept on beating him, getting into the box. Every single time. We had so many opportunities, right, to nearly score, right? Where Yamal would get into the box trying to cross it. Just, it didn't get to its destination. And we were trying, but in the end, we kept on trying. The the man, I was expecting maybe Flick to make some early changes. He made the changes, I think, in the hour mark. He took off both Fermin and Ferran Torres, thank God, right? And brought on both Rashford and Danny Olmo. And you know what? I expected Rashford to play in the middle, but he got moved to the left today, right? I think Raphinha was playing more centrally in this game, surprisingly. But the most important thing is we got the third goal. And I think it was a Cancelo cross again, right? Great cross into the box by Cancelo and Marc Bernal. What a touch, bro. Beautiful, beautiful touch from him. Got the goal, 3-0. And you know what, right? Shout outs to Marc Bernal. In a big game like this where the pressure is on us, for you to perform and actually put 2 goals like this, beautiful, man. You are definitely one for the future, right? And he got the goal. And all of a sudden, we had 15 more minutes to go. We went for it. We really did. And in the end, we just came up short. And Barcelona lost the game on aggregate. But one thing I will say is we lost with pride. We lost with pride. And I have to say, right, shout outs to, I know I've been criticizing, Ferran, but shout outs to some of the players I do want to shout out that I didn't mention. Kobashi today in the back. Rock. Kobashi today, you're a rock. This is probably the best game I've seen from Kobashi this season. It's not even close. Today, he was the defensive leader today, right? Midfield, obviously, Pedri and Bernal did their job. Fermin was quiet today. In the attack, Yamal and Raphinha were basically carrying the attack. Fullbacks today, Cancelo, even Balde when he came on, really didn't do much. Koundé, in the few minutes that he was on, actually wasn't bad either. And that's another thing, unfortunately, the negative that I will have to take out of this game. We had 2 more injuries because both Koundé and Alejandro Balde came off today. And so we were just hoping to see, hopefully it's not 2 long-term injuries because we've already lost both Lewandowski, who I'm sure he'll be back in the weekend, but De Jong, who's out for basically the rest of this month, right? So it's not a lot of great news as far as injuries is concerned. But last thing I'm going to do, guys, before we do get out of here, guys, I am going to give something I haven't done in a long time, guys. Let me actually give the player ratings for this game, right? So my player ratings, as far as the goalkeeper is concerned, today, Jean Garcia today, he did his job today. Can't say much. Obviously, this is the ratings that they've given. I'm going to give my own ratings, right? So for me, I'm going to say for Garcia today, he didn't really do a lot of work today, so I'm just going to give him a standard 7 out of 10. Kobashi today, in the back today, Rock, give him a 9 out of 10. Gerard Martin today, shout outs to him. He had a great opportunity to get the 4th, right? Great opportunity. He wasn't bad today at all. I'll probably give him a 7 too. Cancelo, you know what? Cancelo gets, I think his contribution today in the attacking areas, getting some good crosses into the box, I'll give him a 8.5, just like Footmob did. I'll give him an 8.5. Koundé, I felt like he didn't play enough today, so I don't want to give him a rating. Bernal, you know what, Bernal? I will give Bernal, you know what? I don't really give 10 out of 10, so I'll give him a 9.5. I'll give him a 9.5. He played well today. Amazing today. Pedri, another one today. He cooked today. I'll give him a 9 today. Fermin Lopez today, he was pretty quiet in this game. I'll probably give him a 6, to be honest. Lamine Yamal, he also gets a 9 today. Great performance from him, right? I was very, very impressed with him. Same with Raphinha. I'll give Raphinha probably an 8.5. I don't think he was better than Yamal, but he did his job, scored the goal obviously for the penalty. And when it comes to Ferran Torres, I'm sorry, he gets a 3, and that's me being nice. He contributed nothing to our attack today. Absolutely nothing. But yeah, man, as far as the manager is concerned, I know for the substitutes, I don't really think a lot of them made a big impact, so that's why I'm not even mentioning the ratings for the substitutes. But as far as the manager is concerned, I'll give him a 7. I'm sorry, but because first of all, starting Ferran Torres when he's been poor, not taking him off early at halftime, and also I kind of still do blame him for what happened in the first leg. That's why we're in this position. So 7 for me. The crowd today, I'll give the crowd a 10. They gave it a go today. They were loud today, so the atmosphere was pretty good today. So it is what it is. But yeah, big up to every single one of you guys. Let me know what you guys think of everything I said in this video in the comment section below. Which players stood out, which players flopped, everything, guys. But yeah, it is what it is, man. Congratulations to Atletico Madrid. Commiserations to Barcelona. Now, let's just focus on the weekend. Let me know, guys. Big up to every single one of you guys. Smash the like button on your way out. It's Barca. Peace.